All right, how's everyone tonight? Monday night, Bob's back, more Biker News Canada. So we start off today's show. We got a well, a couple stories, like news stories to talk about, and then I'll let you know where the nights or where the rides are for Tuesday night. So you got lots of advance warning, and hopefully there's one up close to where you live, and you can get out there and check out these rides. They're always a fun time. They're always hosted by different groups. And yeah, so, anyways, let's get into it. We're going to start off with Harley. They're backpedaling now with their crazy woke policy. I don't know what the hell they were thinking. Seems they know who their core consumer base is. But anyways, so they're backpedaling as we knew they were gonna. This all came out today. This is off the New York Post. They're slamming the brakes on the woke policies after sparking biker and social media outrage. So that's all you've heard about on all the different biker news channels for the last couple of weeks. I even did an interview with Hollywood and we talked about it. And it was kind of, that's how we predicted it was going to happen. They're going to have to just change their mind on all that, right? So that's what they had to do. That's what Budweiser had to do. That's what all these companies are finding they have to do. So yeah, so they released a statement. I also saw it on Not Your Favorite Biker. He posted it right away this afternoon, and he got it right in an email from Harley themselves. So they're spreading the word, and they still aren't saying anything about moving. And then that was one that Hollywood and I spoke about the most was moving the assembly of the Sportster and the Nightster and the adventure bike over to Taiwan. So that's probably the plan, right? So get everyone all mad about the fact that they're going woke, and then throw there in the end of it that they're also moving their manufacturing over to Thailand, and then drop the woke part because they knew that wasn't going to fly anyway. But I bet you they're still going to manufacture those models in Taiwan because of labor cost. And that's the dude that's running the show. And you know, that'll be the next thing. That's my prediction. He'll be stepping down. 100%. He'll be stepping down. He's not in the mind space of an American motorcycle rider. And when Hollywood showed me the numbers, there's more Harleys sold in America compared to the whole rest of the world that they had on that chart and on the show. So if you don't know your customer base, what the hell are you doing with that job title? Yeah, so I think that's it. Just Robbie Starbuck guy, he was all over the place. I think he was the first one that really dug into it and got it out there on social media. He was the guy that Hollywood was referencing a lot. Yeah, so let's see. I'm gonna skim through it here because I don't want to read the whole thing out loud. Um, but yeah, skimming through that article there, no mention of the assembly stuff being moved around. So we'll have to keep everyone up to date on that. Now there's one more news story. I just got to find it again. Oh no. All right, I'll find it. Give me a second. Okay, I found the next story I wanted to find, and it's a good news story for people in New Brunswick who own motorcycles, loud motorcycles. So, New Brunswick judge rules against a vague noise law enforcement in a biker case. This comes from the Western Standard News Services. Came out a couple days ago. So, New Brunswick judge has ruled that citizens cannot be prosecuted under vague laws based solely on police discretion, highlighting concerns over a Motor Vehicle Act provision used in a campaign against motorcyclists. Blackhawk's reporter says the ruling comes after a local biker was acquitted of charges related to excessive or unusual noise. While ignorance of the law is no excuse, every citizen should know what is expected of them, wrote Judge Sebastian Michaud of the New Brunswick Provincial Court in Edmundston. The standard to meet or the limits not to exceed must be clearly identified or identifiable. Makes sense? Decibels or something. I had so many tickets over my years for loud pipes in Ontario. The case involved a Harley Davidson rider charged under the Motor Vehicle Act section that forbids excessive or unusual noise. Though the law fails to define these terms, the court ruled that such vague language made it impossible for the accused to know how to comply with the law. The citizen cannot be expected to comply with the standard that may vary from person to person. Michaud wrote, what individual A deems loud may not be deemed so by individual B. Certainly, that cannot be the measuring stick by which the standard is to be assessed. The incident occurred on May 13, 2023, when RCMP officers set up a roadblock on Highway 144 in Madawaska County to inspect motorcyclists. Of the approximately 200 bikers checked that day, so they must have broke up a run of some sort, only one was charged with the excessive or unusual noise. The subject was based on officers' subjective assessments, with one constable describing the engine noise as very high and loud, almost looking for attention. What? I wish that's not the law book. However, the court found that no such objective measures, such as decibel readings, were taken to support the charges. The RCMP admitted that their observations were made by ear only and that the County of Madawaska had no noise bylaw in place. Oh, such a deal, yeah. So the city can get you on a bylaw, and the province has got to have the law. Whew, there's too many loopholes. Michelle concluded that the lack of clear standards makes it impossible for the defendant to know the standard to be met for compliance with the provision, leading to the biker's acquittal. The case marks only the second time a charge of excessive noise has been tried in New Brunswick traffic court since 1997. The court estimated that under federal guidelines, permissible noise levels were around 80 decibels, while the World Health Organization's 2018 environmental noise guidelines identified excessive noise as a significant environmental health risk. Wow, hard time spitting that out. Typical noise levels range from 40 decibels for a wind turbine to 87 decibels for a diesel locomotive. Well, there you go. Well, anyway, the good news story is in New Brunswick, they don't really have a law on the books that stands in a court of law for what motorcycle is too noisy and what motorcycle is not too noisy. So there you go. Go buy your shotgun pipes. I always found, for years and years, I always had noisy pipes because I think everyone does when they first get a Harley. And I came to find out that the bike actually performed better with the different exhaust. So there you go. As far as our weekly rides go, I'm going to start us off with the one in Listowel. And this was tomorrow night. She posted that it's got a little twist to it. So every Tuesday, I don't know, I'm not sharing this with, that's the problem, I confuse myself. Where are we? Tuesday. What are we on here? Am I on Tuesday's rides or not? Come on, man. It's Thursday. What am I on here? What's going on? Fuck. All right. See, that's what I do. I get myself set up on my phone, and then I wasn't set up the same way on the computer. And then I get a little lost for a minute. So we're back. I got everything all synced up together. So here we are. So Tuesday nights, they call it the Moto Social. It's held at the Back Nine Bar and Pub, and it's at 140 Main Street, Listowel, Ontario, behind the Bank of Montreal, and 6 to 8 p.m. is your timing on that one. And I'm pretty sure she said she was having a special twist with it. They were going to go see somebody, I think, someone who might be injured from maybe a bike crash, or somebody who comes out on these rides usually with you guys. And of course, now we can't find it. But anyway, so that's our first one for Tuesdays. And I'll pop it up real quick here on maps. So that's where it is, the red dot, of course, and Listowel. And I'll pull it out a bit. I have an idea where Listowel is. It seems like it is kind of in the middle of. Oh, wow, it's way up there. Oh, this is a long way from where I am. Long way from where I am. But hey, if that's where you happen to be, there's something for you on a Tuesday night. And like I say, I'm pretty sure tomorrow night she's got something special planned. And the post said to get there no later than 6:30. I want to talk about Tuesday night rides, and this one I mention every week. So we'll keep it going till the end of the summer. So this is one of two that I know of in London, Ontario. This is London Bike Night, and it's held at the London Brewing Company. That's at 521 Burbrook Place, and it's from 6 to 9. There's a food truck there serving up pizza, and they've got live music at it. And it's kind of presented by a bunch of different people in conjunction with each other, which is cool. Unfortunately, I can't really. London Free Riders, like that one there says Lola. And then that one here, OSR. So there's a couple of motorcycle riding groups that help host this one. And so go check that one out on, tomorrow night. So that's what we're doing now. We're getting you guys all set up for the following night. So I'm not like telling you at 5 o'clock, or you don't happen to be watching the video till 6 o'clock and it's already started. So we'll try to avoid that. I'd rather be a little more up and downy. That looks like it's gonna fall over. Okay. And should I do that again? I forgot to pause the YouTube one. And I'll pop it up on the map for you on the YouTube, where they're located at. This is, if you happen to be in London, Ontario, it's a part of town called Old East. And the red dot's where it's at, but a better look. It's just off Dundas. Quebec Street. You got a couple ways to get to it. Go down Princess. And that one's, like I say, I mention this one pretty much weekly. So go check that one out if you're out and about tomorrow night. And I'll dig up the next one. All right, and this was another weekly ride, and it's hosted by the Ghost Riders Riding Club. And I've been mentioning this one pretty much since I started doing these videos and figuring out this is the format. So Ghost Riders RC presents Bike Night, and it's at King Sports Bar, and it's 468 Woodlawn Road East in Guelph. Weekly food specials, 50/50 draws in support of Guelph Wish Fund for Children. It's every second Tuesday starting July 2nd from 7 to 9 p.m. So every second Tuesday, unfortunately not quite weekly, but go check that one out on whatever Tuesday that they're running it, and go say hi and make friends with the Ghost Riders, the guys in the Ghost Riders Riding Club. And for everyone who's on the YouTube, we'll throw up the map real quick. There you are inside of Guelph. Not a city I'm that familiar with, but looks like it's on the main drags. Where are you off the highways? Got Highway 6 close. But there it is. So every second Tuesday, like you say, go on out there and support the Ghost Riders and help them support the Make-A-Wish fund for kids down there in Guelph. Is your other choice in London, Ontario for a Tuesday night bike ride. So this one is hosted by Revolution Performance Motorcycles, and the good guys shop right here in the city. They have their own Facebook page. If you ever need some repairs or you want to do some modifications or whatever it is that you need, you can check them out right on Facebook and get a hold of them. But like I say, on Tuesday nights, they do host a ride, and they get together at a place called the Forked River Brewery every Tuesday at 6 p.m. And the Forked River Brewing Company is located at 45 Pacific Court, number 4, which is just off of Clark Road there, up by the Home Depot. If you're looking for them, so that's our other one. And if you're with me on YouTube, I'll throw a map up real quick. If not, I'll pause TikTok. So that's the map, like you say, just off of Clark Road, up by the Home Depot up there, between Dundas and Oxford. So get together with those guys at the Forked River Brewing Company every Tuesday night, and go say hi and go for a little rip. And they get together at 6 p.m. All right, let me get to next. All right, the next ride to tell you about is Barrie Bike Night. They even have little patches made and everything. I think they have their own Facebook group. If you're up there in the Barrie area and you want to stay informed, check them out there on Facebook. So they get together at 441 Bayview Street in Barrie, and they meet at 6 p.m. Tuesday evenings. And that's the whole lowdown on that one. So go check it out. Go say hi to the organizers. There's more than likely a riding club or something to that nature hosting it. Check them guys out. Maybe it's something that you're interested in. And there's another one for every Tuesday. Oh, yeah, and on YouTube, we'll pull up the map real quick. That's where it is. I think Bayview's kind of one of the main drags through Barrie. I think not far off the 400 highway. So yeah, so there's another one for us every Tuesday night, and I'll find us our next. All right. The next one I want to talk about brings us down to the west end of the province, down Windsor Way, I believe. The Longwoods Bike Night. So every Tuesday they get together at the Tim Hortons at 32 Longwood Road in Thamesville, Ontario. And they get together, like I say, around 6. Kickstands are going up around 6:15. Everyone's welcome. Doesn't matter what you ride. May to October, it's a weekly ride. And your host is the Southern Cruisers Riding Club, the Longwoods chapter. and then they pick their donation or their destination, sorry, each week. So different restaurants, ice cream shops, coffee shops, and places like that, right? Just something interesting and something to make it different every week. So if you're down there, like you say, down kind of towards the Windsor way, go check out the Southern Cruisers. And they're a pretty big riding club. They might be something that you're interested in becoming a part of. Who knows? And like you say, it doesn't matter what you ride, as long as you ride. So go check them out. That's tomorrow night in Thamesville. Okay, that'll wrap us up for our TikTok video. All right, that's our TikTok version done, and we'll show this one up on the map for Thamesville for the Longwoods Bike Night. So you have an idea where you're going to. The red dot. Let's pull it in and see where if I'm even close to being right. It's down by Windsor. Yeah, no, it isn't. Oh yeah, I guess it kind of is. It's off the 401, kind of in the middle of Bothwell, Ridgetown, Chatham, down that way. So again, if that's close to where you're at and you're looking for a ride tomorrow, you have an option with the Southern Cruisers Riding Club. All right, I think I got a few more saved here. I want to get across to everybody, and then we'll pack this one in on YouTube as well. All right, we're going to throw a couple more at you, and we'll pack it on in for tonight's video. So next night I want to get, this one's just outside of Montreal. It's a classic bike night. There's weekly cash prizes. The last Monday of the season. Oh, I wonder if this means that they're packing it in soon. Oh, I see. So on the draw that's on the last Monday, you have to be there. If you win something, you have to be present to receive your prize. I get it. Amazing food and live blues. And what's this place called? The place is called Smoke Meat Pete. And looks like a cool place. I bet you'd be a laugh. It's your typical weekly bike ride, right? They get together at 6 and it ends somewhere around 8. And like you say, that's the restaurant that is being held at, and that's every Tuesday. And I put on the maps. They have a website and everything, so it looks like it's just kind of outside Montreal as we pull it in here. So it must be like a little suburb of Montreal, right? That's what it looks like from the map here, and that's where it is. Look at all them highways. I always get terrified when I drive into Quebec sometimes. Like, where am I? So that's where it is. Go check that one out if that's your area. Right on in from Ottawa if you're inclined. Whatever. Or make it part of a trip. Who knows? Smoke Meat Pete. Here's a picture of the front of his place. And now I want a smoked meat sandwich, man. And I didn't even share that tab the whole time I was doing all that shit. See, I think I'm gonna end it with this one. That's where they are, just kind of on the edge of Montreal there. Like I say, it might be a cool ride to ride in from Ottawa, or ride in from Cornwall, either or ride over from Montreal, if that's your preference. Okay, I think I'm gonna wrap up the video this week at this point. Due to the fact that I seem to be making a lot of mistakes today, so we'll wrap it up. And don't forget, Harley's not going woke anymore. We're not doing it. But I guarantee you they're still going to move the production of those models overseas. And that's probably, like you say, the whole end game on all this. And they're still going to get their way. All right, that's it for me for tonight. I'll be back tomorrow, and we'll go over maybe a little more biker news, and we'll talk about what rides you go on on Wednesdays. And I want to thank everyone who watches my videos. As always, on YouTube, give me a like and a share, or even a like, please. It would be very much appreciated. And as always, respect.